I need us to clarify this now. Are you the best agronomist in the world, or in Africa, or in Nigeria?
I am the king agronomist.
The king
of
agronomist.
Northern Nigeria.
Northern Nigeria. Interesting.
Hi, my name is Ogbe Samuel. I'm a botanist, a vegetable farmer, a consultant agronomist, and a pastry chef. I grow bell peppers, habaneros, cucumber, cabbages, tomatoes, lettuces, both in the greenhouse and on open field. And I also consult for people because the goal is to help farmers nationwide grow their food sustainably. Whether you are doing any of the veggies, if you need help in growing your vegetable, you can book a consultation section. Let me help you grow your food sustainably and also make profits from your farming venture. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Really happy to be here at this your very beautiful farm.
Yes.
So, how is a typical day for you like at the farm here?
Well, I stay in Jos and the farm is here in Haipang. So I start my day by 6 a.m. in the morning. I leave my house to come down to the farm.
6 a.m.
Yeah, in the morning. And I spend, most times, on an average, maybe I leave the farm by 1, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. It depends on the activities on the farm. But for us on the farm, most of our work is done in the morning. Because in the afternoon it's usually very hot and people are tired. So from observation of my workers, their peak time is usually in the morning. So we do most of the work in the morning before I leave. Spraying, pruning, trellising, fertigation and everything.
So the farm is fully solar powered?
Yes, fully solar powered. So we use solar for almost everything. And yeah, these are different greenhouses on this farm. We have Ngozi, Shukuka, we have Latoski, we have Zane, we have Kami, we have Lucky, we have Charlene, we have Great, we have Nkeshinri, we have Samuel, and we have my demo greenhouse.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Those are actual names?
Yeah, they are names of very important people.
Okay.
In the farm here.
Great.
Yes. So this is in greenhouse, so I will just give us a tour. As you can see, we have our shade net here because the temperature in Jos these days is quite hot. We installed the shade net, that was 3 days ago. It was affecting the fruits and it was affecting production because the temperature now in Plateau State is about 34 degrees outside the greenhouse. And we know inside the greenhouse, the temperature goes as high as 41 degrees, 41 degrees. And for bell peppers, the optimum temperature required for growth is 28 to 30 degrees. But we don't have that, so we had to put the shade net, and you can see the greenhouse is cooler than outside due to the shade net. And the production is coming, the fruiting and everything. Yeah, they are picking up again. Although we have, let's go inside. In this greenhouse now, the greenhouse is divided into 2.
Okay, so this place is situated very close to the airport.
Airport, yes.
Sure, the sound is that of a
flight taking off.
Okay.
So this greenhouse now is divided into 2 equal halves. This half now, they are newer than the other ones. The ones they are older. I think those ones there, we've been harvesting them since November, December.
What's the size of this greenhouse?
8 by 50 meters.
8 by 50. That's long.
Yeah. Yeah, we are optimizing our space very well. You can see these plants now. We've been harvesting them since November last year, and we are still harvesting them. You can see how tall they are. Most of them are up to 7 feet tall. They are taller than me. If I remove the shade net, you see the height. They are way taller than me. They are up to 7 feet. And they are still fruiting. We have good fruit, consistent size. These are rice one variety. This particular one is regating.
Regating.
Yeah, this is regating.
Wow.
And we've been harvesting for over 5 months. Yeah, 5 months thereabouts, since November.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes. We are going to harvest tomorrow. Tomorrow is my harvest day.
Mm.
You can see the fruiting.
Can you people do 2 branches?
Fruiting. One, each node is giving me a fruit. 1 fruit, 2 fruit, 3 fruit, 4 fruit, 5 fruit. So it's really doing great.
Okay. So, isn't this exceptional compared to maybe other varieties? Because you've said this has been here for how long?
Since November. We've been harvesting since November. It has been here before November.
Exactly. So that means you have November to now is about how many months?
5 months.
5 months of consistent harvest.
Yeah, despite the fact that we had droughts, as in there was no water on the farm from that November down till March. We didn't have water, so it was first week of March we had water, and they picked up again because they were actually there. If you look at it, you see that they don't have good foliage because they suffered from the water stress, but they are picking up again. As you can see, we have a lot of fruits in the farm now. Especially look at conversions. Although we are still battling with blossom end rot, but they are conversions.
Yeah, so aside these human factors that you may encounter, like water scarcity that come in, what other major factor is like a deterrent or a challenge for you in terms of greenhouse farming generally?
We have to battle with pests. We battled with aphids here. We also battled with thrips. We battled with powdery mildew and septorial leaf spots. But due to experience, I was able to control them successfully. And now the only issue we are having now is this blossom end rot, which is actually a physiological disorder. Majorly, they say it's caused by calcium deficiency. But I think for us here, after doing my research and diagnosis, it's not actually calcium deficiency. It's because we have too rapid generative growth and high electronic conductivity in our fertilizer mixture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your usage of chemicals and manure, do you have any limit to the use?
The use of chemicals?
Yes.
I use I use mostly bio.
Okay.
Not chemicals.
Why is
Chemicals
that?
are usually the last option. Of course, I use bio pesticide because 1, it's effective, 2, it is cheaper, and 3, it is eco-friendly. Yeah, so that's why I use the bio fungicide here on this farm.
Okay.
Yes.
So in terms of generally speaking now, in terms of yield, would you say this is worth the while?
Yes. Ideally, if all things are being equal, we didn't have the water issue and everything, we harvest lots and lots of peppers from our greenhouses. The yield is, on an average, maybe 3.5 to 4 kg per plant. But
3 kg per plant?
Yeah, 3.5 to 4 kg per plant.
That's in its life cycle?
Yes, because we harvest for 4 or 5 months to terminate. But because we had water issues and everything, so it affected our planning and everything we did on the farm. Both the fruiting, the planning, the termination of the greenhouse and planting again, everything was just distorted by the water issue we had on the farm.
So I'm sure if you are to talk about the necessity for water in farming, you will have quite a lot to say.
It's
the value of water.
The bane. If you don't have water, don't do farming. Especially this kind of farming. If you don't have water, just quit before you start.
But you agree also that the water usage in this system of farming is less compared to maybe an open field farming?
Of course, the water usage here is controlled. We on our water maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on the climatic condition. After that, we switch it off. It's very effective and efficient using the drip irrigation system.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did this all begin for you? Talking about agriculture, what is the genesis of your passion, for agric, and what has been driving you up until now?
Well, I think it began sometime in 2019. And yeah,
Is it your major?
No, I actually studied biological science.
Okay.
But I moved, by coincidence, I moved into the field of agriculture, and yeah, it's enthusiastic seeing life come out of a seed and watching your plant grow. It gives this kind of joy that you cannot get. I don't know how to describe it. It gives this kind of peace, this kind of joy, seeing your plant grow from seed to seedling to fruit, flowering, fruiting, and of course the harvest.
Okay.
Each node has a fruit, and the fruits, our fruits are not just the regular fruit. It weighs 200 to 300 grams per fruit, meaning 4 fruits can give us a kg.
So how many greenhouses do you have in all?
We have 10 greenhouses.
10 greenhouses?
Yeah.
How efficient are you able to manage 10 greenhouses?
It's not been easy, but we try our best. It's not been easy, but now that I have intent, so everything is moving smoothly.
So what pisses you off the most when you consider this whole line of business you are in?
I think it's the workforce. First, the youths are not, many of us, because we are youths too, many of us are not really interested in working. Our work ethics is close to zero. Imagine you getting a farm hand to assist you with basic tasks, maybe weeding, pruning, trellising, running the water and stuff like that. They will not do it well. And at the end of the day, farming is timing. If the plants are not giving water as and when due, or they are not pruned or trellised as and when due, you start having losses. And when you have loss, you as a farmer, your capital, your profit, everything is gone. Everything is gone. So that's a major problem that pisses me off.
You know that when it comes to agriculture, it's actually time consuming.
Of course.
And young people would prefer ventures that would at least allow them time to, feel free, play around or socialize. So is there a midway for young people to still be in the business and still have, that social life? If I may ask, how is your social life, looking at the work, having to deal with 10 greenhouses and the other things you get to do, and just balancing and having fun?
Okay, first I'll start with the young people having to, because it's too bothersome or burdensome for them. I think for me, I believe in smart farming. I don't have to come here and work all day. I can do my work, achieve my tax, because as a business farmer, you're supposed to have a tax every day, tax for the week, tax for the day. I can come, okay, today the goal is to trellis 3 greenhouses. And I have that in my mind, okay, I need to trellis 3 greenhouses. If I'm a smart farmer, or if I'm working as a smart farmer, I'll come before the sun rises in the morning. I'll do my work, trellis my greenhouse. That time the energy is still going to be there and everything. And work smartly before 1, I am done. Then I call it a day.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is my demo. This is where I do my research, my small research on farming.
Okay.
And this is the farmhouse. You can see when I say everything is solar, you can see the panels. So this one is just for the house. That one is for the pumping of water. We have 3 pumps, 3 wells, 3 boreholes. So this is my demo greenhouse.
Wow. So this is strictly for research.
Yes.
And
I test varieties. I use it for my trainings and everything. Now for here we have chili peppers, the green and red chili. Here we have garden egg, sweet garden egg. We have yellow watermelon, not your red watermelon. Yellow watermelon. I also have my cantaloupe here. These ones are cantaloupe. And for the remaining parts, I plan on putting this cucumber. What is it called? That's long cucumber. They call it English or Chinese cucumber. Okay, Chinese. So I'm going to put it down there. So basically, the plan now for this production is to use it for my training. I have 8 interns at the moment. I train them on sustainable vegetable production. I use this particular greenhouse. And also, at the end of the production, I will invite farmers from everywhere in the northern part of the country. They will come, I will teach them, more like a workshop, how we were able to achieve this and some basic tips on sustainable farming.
Well, as a young person, you've achieved quite a lot. What has been your biggest achievement, and what has led you to that?
Okay, my biggest achievement will be the fact
Mm.
that I've been able to impact this knowledge I have on others or in others. So far, I think I've been able to train maybe over 200 youths,
Okay.
both virtually and physically, on vegetable production. And I see a few of them, not all of them, a few of them are farming now, a few of them are making a living out of farming, and it gives me so much joy that I could, or nobody like me can make such an impact.
Wow. So these trainings have been ongoing, and you keep doing it, and this is something that will still continue even after now.
Of course, it's the goal to make sure that many Nigerian youths are really invested in agriculture. Yes.
Okay. So I believe you work with a body, an organization.
Yes, I do.
Or do you work as an individual?
Most times I work as an individual, then, but for now I work with AN farms to achieve this goal.
Okay. Yes. I
Yes.
see you have stuff on farmnatics. There is also the rigs one. So what's the connectivity with all these institutions?
Well, so most of the seeds all of the seeds we grow on the farm, they are actually rice one seeds. And I work with Seed Fort Agro for rice one.
Okay.
So basically I'm a technical salesperson with them. Rice one. Also, I work with AN Farms as a managing partner.
Okay.
And Farmnatics as the lead agronomist.
Oh wow, great. Your
Mini
nursery?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have my pepper seedlings here coming up. And then I have my habaneros. So everything is doing well.
It sure is.
So we are just.
Do you conduct soil tests before?
I don't. We did. There's this manual pH tester. So we only test for pH and texture of the soil.
Okay.
Yes. These ones, look at this. This is a female flower. A female flower is a female because it has fruit under. Then this is a female flower too. It has fruit under. This is a male flower. There's nothing under. That's it. So I do manual pollination. I'll call my students now and we'll do pollination. So this is the oldest one. We've been harvesting this one for almost 6 months.
Awesome.
You can see the name, Nkeshinyere. Nkeshinyere bonus. So you can see the size. See the size after
6 months.
6 months of harvesting. And see the production. These ones are way taller than me. They are over 6 feet. And yet they are still fruiting, they are still flowering, they are still producing.
What's your big dream?
For me, I will not say it's actually a big dream. I want to be the greatest agricultural influencer in Africa. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't have an idea, but I try my best to do to work within my capacity to achieve this. I also want to make sure that the livelihood, because the average Nigerian now, there's this mindset or perception they have about farming, especially among the youths. Farming is a job for the poor man, is the job for the wretched. I cannot get my hands dirty. I cannot. All those I cannot. And most of us are living in poverty. We don't have money. And farming itself is the new gold in town. we have the capacity, there is demand for food, our population is increasing by the day. There are so many things that farming can help, what is it called? Fortify. Should I use the term fortify?
Yeah.
So I believe many Nigerian youths should come into farming, both for local production and for the export market.
Okay. What encouragement would you have for the young people like us who would also maybe begin to pick interest in agriculture?
I think actually a lot of them have interest in farming already. I would say start small, because most of them, they see these videos online, they see people doing things, they believe maybe they started from the apex. You start from bottom to top. You start small, you learn from people that are already on the field. They say the best part of learning is experience, learning by experience. But me, I would say it's learning from other people's experience. You learn from people that have been there. You note their mistakes. You stay loyal, stay humble, and most importantly, start now.
Yeah.
There's no best time to start. Start now and start small. Yeah.
How much money can one make from farming, say greenhouse farming? Because a lot of young people will be like, well, can I hold this as a career path? Can it sustain me, my family, my life? So I don't just go into it just for the passion. You know, the passion is really important. That's what keeps it going.
Yeah.
But beyond that, is it something that can sustain one? Can it be a source of livelihood?
Of course, it can be a source of livelihood. Like you said, passion and hard work are the two things you have to do to make the most out of farming. If one is lacking, you're not going to get anything out of it. Assuming now, I told you we had drought for almost 5 months. Assuming I was not passionate, I would have closed. I would just give up. There would be no resilience or anything. Or say, I beg, it's not yielding anything, because during the 5 months, we were not getting anything out of the greenhouses. But I still kept my hope high. I was still passionate. I was still hardworking to make sure that I solved that issue and what was it called? Ensure my plants stay alive. If the passion was not there, that is gone. If the hard work part was not there, that is gone. So both of them work in synergy to make sure that you make profits out of farming. And farming is not just, it's all about making money, feeding the nation and likes. At the same time, you may make profits of over 200% and you can lose everything. So it's a risk, but it's a risk that is worth taking.
It's worth taking.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, it's been really nice conversing with Sam here. Sam is a full-time farmer,
Yes,
and he's doing a whole lot, doing trainings. Sometimes I wonder how he's able to do all that. And if you follow him on Farmnatics on Instagram or his name, right, you would also find him online, always posting and encouraging young farmers to become better and to bring out the very best from them. So I'm sure we'll be feeding the nation very soon.
Yeah.
I will say zero hunger, United Nations zero hunger policy. We pursue it. Yes. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next episode.
When you tell people I'm in Jos or I'm in any of the northern states in the country, they feel like, okay, you are in a terrorist site. I don't even know where they're having this perception. Maybe it's the media that the north is a war zone. And I'm talking as a Lagos boy, that I will say it without apology, that Jos is calmer than Lagos State. I will be in my house. I will not have the fear that one Agbero is going to bully me on the road. Everybody here most of us here, I will not say everybody, we are well behaved.
Just people are calm.
We are calm. There's this tranquility that happens here in Jos. You cannot get it in Lagos. The freshness of the air, the quality of our food, affordability, the calmness of the people, everything is just tranquil. We don't get all of those chaotic scenes like Lagos, where I have to fight with conductor every day because I have to use the public transportation, downfall and the like. It's not here. And at the same time, the perception they have of us is that we are troublesome or we are terrorists. It does not make any sense. I think all of this perception, we the youth, we the people living here, we have to debunk it, not by being aggressive, but by showing our works. Hopefully one day, the Northerners we the Northerners, we are going to get our flowers and the accolade we deserve very soon. I just believe that. With time, like I said, we need to be visible, we need to show our works, we need to be in their faces, basically, to tell them, okay, you know they see us. It's more like we are minute, we are microorganisms. So they are not seeing us. We need to show them, we need to be in their faces. We need to show them our works. We need to show them how passionate we are, our diligence, our basically potentials. So I think with that, we are going to get the leverage, we are going to leverage on that and ride up to that platform, to the zenith, where our works are being acknowledged and we are getting the flowers for everything we deserve.